Keanu Reeves is back to reprise his role as John Wick in the third installment of this franchise. Keanu Reeves is a bigger badass than ever, and this movie was freaking amazing. At this point, you'd expect a John Wick movie to have a lot of action, fighting, guns and all that, but this movie takes it to a whole nother level. John Wick 3 is like 5 times more violent than the first 2 John Wicks, by far. And I loved every bit of the action. You really go to see these movies for the action itself, and the action is definitely the highlight of this movie. They also find a bunch of ways to make their action and fighting scenes a lot more creative. In one scene in particular, John Wick uses a horse to help him fight these other guys, and it works pretty well for him. The way this movie was shot was also really well done. There's rarely ever any cuts in any of the fight sequences, which was pretty awesome, because you really get to see the full spectrum of the fight. And honestly, if there's a lot of, cuts in between, it gets pretty distracting and it takes you out of the movie, which this movie doesn't do, which I liked. The cast was also really good in this movie. As I said, Keanu Reeves was awesome. Laurence Fishburne was also good. Halle returns, and she was pretty good too. And I have to mention that her fight scenes in this movie were really well done too. She definitely trained her ass off for this movie with Keanu Reeves, and you can really tell. McShane is back as Winston, and he was pretty good. Reddick as the guy who works at the hotel, he was good as well. They also got Asia Kate Dillon to play the adjudicator. I wasn't a big fan of her character. She really wasn't that great in this movie. I didn't really like her delivery of her dialogue, and yeah, that's really all for the performances. She was the only negative I had, sort of, but overall the performances were really good. There are also a bunch of Matrix references in this movie, so if you watch The Matrix or the whole trilogy, you'll definitely understand some of them. However, there are some negatives of this movie because no movie's perfect, and the negative for this movie is that I wasn't too big of a fan of the plot. For the third movie in a big action franchise, I don't think the plot was really good, and the way they told the story in this movie was not as good as the first 2 John Wicks. You really start to understand what the whole plot is about halfway into the movie, and it took a while to get there. That being said though, you watch these movies for the action, and this movie delivered, definitely, and I'm gonna give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. If you're a fan of John Wick, definitely go see this movie, or if you're an action fan, go see it as well. This is probably going to be the best action movie of this whole year, and yeah, it definitely is so far. Anyways, that's it from me. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. If you're new, do that as well, as I make movie reviews and trailer breakdowns, so yeah. Before I end off this video, I have a question for those of you watching. Where would you guys rank the John Wick franchise among other action franchises like Mission Impossible and all that good stuff? Make sure you comment that below, and also comment down your thoughts on the video. And like I said, if you're new, like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.